Hello everyone, this is part 2 of my interview with Christopher Cameron, where we talk about his very inspiring research on energy and MEMS. I answer what those are in this episode, so stay tuned. Also, check the description box below for the specific times where Chris answers specific questions, so you save time and only jump to the parts that you find most interesting. All right, we're going to go into the research aspect of this interview. So, what is your, more like a discussion, what is your research field in mechanical engineering, and how does it or will it impact society?
Whoa. Okay, great. So let's start. So when I was in undergrad, I really started getting into energy, right? So if you want to talk to someone who has opinions about climate change, I'm really that dude. I've been doing energy research since undergrad. And actually, when I first came to grad school, I did energy research. And then I switched to micro devices. I helped design sensors. And how does it affect people? So let's put it like this. One, I worked on nuclear stuff, right? What's safe? What's important? What do we need to do? See, when it comes to nuclear, it goes like this. Where we are as humanity, when it comes to nuclear energy, we're just like cavemen when they first discovered fire. We have no idea that this fire will end up taking us to space. That's where we are with nuclear. And nuclear has such high energy density that if we found a more efficient way to extract useful energy, useful work out of nuclear resources, we would never have to use carbon again. We wouldn't. And so I spent a lot of time working on that. And the problem is that regulation is a thing. Public policy is a thing. Public perception is a thing. People do not trust scientists. Why do they not trust us? I was reading a paper, right? When I was reading this paper, and it was a math paper, and it was talking about, so obviously this is the next step. You can clearly see that this is where you need to go next. And it should be clear to you that this is that. And that kind of language, that condescending, demeaning language in our intellectual work is eroding trust. And that's what's happened with nuclear when it really could be so much more useful. France is like, look, we don't have that many resources. We're going nuclear. If y'all don't like it, we still need to get this electricity. You want to charge your iPhone? We go nuclear. And so a lot of energy work. And why I like that is because it gave me an opportunity to help on a global scale. If I can make a system 10% more efficient, that's it, 10% more efficient, we're talking about a reduction of carbon by 10%. 10% all across the board, that's amazing. Because climate change is real. I spent a lot of time doing that. And the goal that I wanted when I first got into grad school was to find this relationship between energy, water, and food. This little triangle. Energy, water, food nexus.
Yes.
Right? You know about that.
Buzzword.
Buzzword. I was into that before it was hot, bro. That's all I'm saying. Right now, it's like, ooh, energy, water, food, nexus. Once you add nexus, it's like, whoa, hold on. You be like,
nexus just sounds,
ooh, I like that, right?
Yes.
It'd be like this, right? It'd be like this. Standing in line, DMV, watching paint dry, nexus. All of a sudden, it's fire. You just put nexus on it, it's over. It's over. Mm-hmm. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, nexus. What? That blew my mind. That's amazing. That's amazing, Adam. It's amazing. It's spectacular.
Oh my gosh.
So here's the deal, right? I wanted to do that because it was a way to help my community indirectly. Mm-hmm. And if I find solutions that end up making the world at least delaying catastrophic damages from climate change, I've made my contribution. Because I tell you what, I'm from South Florida. Flooding affects us now. Hurricanes affect us now. And after that, I switched to micro devices, sensors. When you drive your car, sensors. With your phone, when you're watching a video of little cats, and you're like, I want to see this cat big on the screen, you turn it sideways. Yeah, sensors. And so how does that affect people? Well, I make stuff that's in your iPhone, baby. When you're watching your videos late at night, when you're watching your TikTok, you think of me.
Okay. I love that. All right. And you're pretty successful in your research. You've spoken at the IEEE Inertial 2020. And you also wrote a chapter that's currently in review, I understand, for the Handbook of Silicon-Based MEMS, Materials and Technologies. Explain, what are MEMS?
MEMS. Okay, so it's actually published. That book chapter is
Okay, so it's published now, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, right?
Wow.
So MEMS are micro electromechanical systems. If you want to understand it, we work backwards, right? We start with the systems, right? A system, it's a little system. It's doing something, right? Now, it's mechanical in nature. It has a mechanical thing, so it's moving. It's jigging. It's jiving, right? It's a little system that moves, right? Think of like pulleys, levers, swings, stuff like that, right? Now, electromechanical, right? So, okay, it's mechanical. It's a system. It can jig and jive. How does it jig and jive? With electricity.
Okay.
Electromechanical system. So a system that has mechanical properties that's jigging and jiving due to electricity. And then finally, it's micro, and that tells you the size.
Very small.
So it's a small 10 to the negative 6 meters, like really, really small, like, smaller than my thumb. A really small, electrically actuated, electrically moving around mechanical system.
All right. So then where do you see your research going in the future?
Oh, man.
Can I extrapolate this very far down the line?
Very far. Shoot. Well, sensors are everywhere. And if you don't think that people aren't sensing what you are doing, you're wrong. And part of the reason why Apple is so interesting is that they always talk about privacy, because we give them so much of our data. When I take my phone and I take 3 steps to the left, 3 steps to the right, taking it back now, y'all, like if I do 1 hop this time, Apple knows. Left foot, let's stop.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I get a text from Apple. Everybody clap your hands. Like, how did you know? Right? So what that tells us is that where you're moving, your location on Earth, how fast you're moving, your accelerations, how you're turning your phone. Oh shoot, he's watching a cat video. He turned his phone sideways. Right? All of those things are collected. And now what we have are huge stockpiles of human data. Then you also think about where they looking online. Where are they traveling? How are they using the internet? So you have all this data. So we're all human beings that have loads and loads of data. So where does this go? We make better MEMS devices, better sensors that track more data more accurately. But we're not analyzing this data to the extent that we could. And so where I see the future of my work going is making slightly better sensors, because a lot of the fundamental research is kind of like dying down, but the applications are coming back up. And understanding what we like to call this Internet of Things. What is the data that Adam used right now? Like, for example, it looks like Adam might be in a bathroom stall. I don't know. Right?
I'm not.
But for all the things that Adam does in the day, how many steps did Adam take? What did his Apple Health tell him? Right? With the acceleration of the accelerometer inside of your MEMS device. Right? The future of my research that I work on now is about understanding all of this data that we produce. and then finding human trends. What are the trends of healthier people? How do we encourage more people to be more healthy? What are the trends of people who, vote for pro-climate change measures? The thing that's scary is that there's all this data that's out there and we're already being tracked. And now the next wave is, how do we understand it better to predict where people are going to move next? So that's where this field is really going, man.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm taking coding classes, baby.
Yes. That's really good.
Right. Yeah, man. What about you, man? I know you be doing that water stuff.
I
can't ask you about you today.
That's another video. But thanks for watching this episode featuring Christopher Cameron. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to help me make these episodes for you. I'm really passionate about educating everyone about higher education. So when you like and subscribe, it helps to motivate me. So thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next week.